What's up, gamers? This is Wild. If you're enjoying the content on my channel, make sure to hit that like button and make sure to hit the subscribe button so you can join in discussions and contribute to the channel. Today we're going to look at movers Desean Jackson. He goes from around 500,000 to 530,000 coins on the auction house. As you can see, I have him compared to MVP Mike Wallace, who's a similar type player in the offense. That they're both speedsters, and Mike Wallace goes for around 100 to 130,000 coins in the auction house. Mike Wallace has the advantage in height, release, jump, and catching traffic, as you could expect from a bigger receiver, but Desean Jackson pretty much schools him in every other aspect of being a receiver. He's faster with better catch, elusiveness, acceleration. He's better after the catch with agility, juke move, and spin move. He has a better route running. Now, the notice about Desean Jackson, he has a natural 96 speed and a natural 96 route running. A lot of people may have a problem with the 96 route running because it rounds off the C routes, corner routes, and post routes, but I find that it's pretty useful in a player if you know how to use it right and use him as a specific role in your offense. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at Desean Jackson and see if he's worth that 400,000 coin price bump over Mike Wallace. Now, about that route running, I found that the only people who were able to contain him when running every single route or every type of route was the Ultimate Legend Champ Bailey and either the Deion Sanders, the Christmas promo, or the Ultimate Master Deion Sanders. Other than that, man-to-man or zone coverage, nobody can really hold Desean Jackson. I mean, I know man coverage is kind of broken this year, but it's a testament that there's only two corners who, when I played them, they held him in check when it comes to covering his route pretty well. I mean, he was still able to get open against them because man coverage isn't the best, but they were the only ones who were close enough to where I didn't want to really throw it their way. Other than that, I mean, his route running against zone or against man is pretty crisp. I mean, as Gut Fox video noticed, I'll probably put a link in the description and below. The route running with 96 is crisper on the ins and out routes and slant routes, and certain routes like that he gets a little better route running, and some of those routes where like those corner routes that are rounded off in like the TE attack or some plays like that, he'll run them pretty crisp. Now, what I also noticed about Desean Jackson is that spec catch actually worked even if he got hit. I mean, I knew he would get to certain animations with the spec catch because he has 96 spec catch. I mean, that play right there, it was out of bounds, but I was surprised that he got the animation to catch it. But what I was surprised about Desean Jackson is that he was not only able to get those spec catch animations, but he was able to hold on to the ball after getting hit. I mean, not a lot of times you're going to get that animation from a receiver like that and keep going. Here in this play, he gets the one-handed, I believe, or he may just catch it, and then he gets hit after and holds on to the ball, and that's what surprised me about Desean Jackson. Not that he got those animations. I mean, if you get deep threat tier 2, I think he get 97 animation, and with motivators Kelvin Benjamin or somebody like that, he's gonna have 99 spec catch. I definitely recommend throwing it up. I mean, I'm not saying it's gonna be like the aggressive catch of last year, but he's pretty good against a receiver his same height. I mean, cornerbacks the same height. The only downside I have about him is that he's pretty short, and that you don't really want to throw it up against the bigger corners unless he really burns them, because they're going to be able to pick it off because they're going to have higher jump and height, obviously. But the main reason you get Desean Jackson is for a deep threat, and like I said, there's not that many corners with 96 speed, and even if there are a decent amount of corners out there like that, not everybody's able to afford them. So he's definitely a burner. As you can see right here, you may be able to keep up with him for a little bit, but eventually his speed is going to outlast you, and he's going to beat you down the field. And what I also noticed that he was pretty good about keeping his feet in bounds. Here I decided to throw aggressive catch because there was a safety over top and I didn't want to have him pick it off, and he was able to not only catch the ball, but he was able to keep his feet in sidelines without me having to use possession catch. I mean, he's pretty much a disaster one-on-one. If you have him one-on-one, you have to be playing off about 7-8 yards. Otherwise, it's a pretty much, not a guaranteed play, but it's a very good chance that he's going to make a big play down the field. I mean, his speed is hard to catch up. He's going to hold on to the ball. I have no complaints about Desean Jackson other than his height. And I mean, that's something you come into the game expecting. Now, this play right here, he catches the ball, but I mean, I know a lot of people complain about it, and me myself included, that sometimes you'll see the receiver clearly has 2 feet in bounds and they're not able to keep the ball. But overall, I'd give Desean Jackson a solid A. The only reason I don't give him an A plus or like an excellent rating is because, one, his price, and two, his height. And so that's what we're gonna have to discuss now. Is Desean Jackson worth the 500,000 coins on the auction house? When it comes to speedsters and the players that play his role in terms of burning the defense and catching the passes, I do think he's the best in the game. And for me, he changed my game in that he allowed my offense to grow. I mean, when I played with him, I averaged more rushing yards and more passing yards because one, he was able to stretch the defense. Two, sometimes the players had to double team, which means one less player to cover my other receivers. And when they noticed that I could beat them down the field with Desean Jackson, they played more off coverage and they didn't play that 46 defense or those hard run stopping defenses because they had to worry about Desean Jackson, and I was able to run the ball more. So it's one of the very few players who I noticed that were literally game changer for me because he added a new dynamic to my offense. Now, will I be keeping him? I won't be keeping him because I need the coins to buy other players. But I do think that if you're in the market for a game changer receivers, I think Desean Jackson is the pickup for 500,000. But if you're just looking for a speedster for a good price, Mike Wallace is a good option as well. That's it for this video. If you like the content, please like, favorite, subscribe, and I'll see you around next time. Peace.